Good day, everyone. We are now already on the third quarter of studying Mapeh 7. Here are the lessons that we will learn for this week. Week 1 lessons. For music, we have the music of Mindanao. For arts, the arts and crafts of Mindanao. For PE, the physical activity and physical fitness assessments. And for health, the mental and emotional health. Let us start in music of Mindanao. Mindanao is the second largest island in the Philippines after Luzon. So meaning the largest archipelago that we have here is Luzon and next to that is Mindanao. It is located in the southern region of the archipelago. Mindanao is divided into 6 administrative regions. First one is the Zamboanga Peninsula, second is Northern Mindanao, third is the Caraga region, fourth the Davao region, fifth the Soc-Sargen, and sixth or the last, the autonomous region of Bangsamoro. Mindanao is consist of different ethno-linguistic groups. So meaning in each region or administrative region, there are a lot of ethno-linguistic groups who are residing on it. Let us start with the Zamboanga Peninsula. The ethno-linguistic groups who are residing there are what they called as Lumads. Those Lumads are the Bukidnons, Atamanobos, Mamanwas, Matigsalugs, Agusan Manobos, Talaandigs, and Camigins. In northern Mindanao and Caraga region, they are known or the group that they have there is the Higaonon. For Soc-Sargen, the Tibolis, Tirurais, Bilaans, Saranganis, and Cotabato, Manobos. For Davao region, they have a tribe of Obos, Mandayas, Giangans, Tagabawas, Kalagans, Sangirese, and Mansangka. And last, in Bangsamoro region, they are all called as Moros, wherein those ethno-linguistic groups are Magindanaos, Maranaos, Tausugs, Yakans, Iranuns, and Dasama. Now, let us talk about the music of Mindanao. There are similarities do exist in some vocal styles within the large society, but theoretical concepts, functions, aesthetics, and repertoires differ from culture to culture and even from village to village belonging to one language group. The different ethno-linguistic groups in Mindanao have similar gongs and bamboo types of instruments which is used in celebrations and on their rituals. But they also have varied functions and different ways on how they are going to play their instruments. Now, for your music activity, you are going to listen to this folk song from Mindanao to make it specific in Zamboanga. And it is entitled as Note Vallas de Zamboanga. So as you can see on the right side, there is also an English translation of this song for you to understand it more. So if you will ask me what kind of dialect that they've used in Note Vallas de Zamboanga, it is Chabacano song. A Chabacano song is a kind of a dialect which is related to Spanish language. Next, so that is Note Vallas de Zamboanga. So this time, let us listen to this song, the Note Vallas de Zamboanga by the major chords. Alright. So that is the Note Valles de Zamboanga. Now, you are going to answer the following guided questions after listening to that folk song from Mindanao. First question is, what is the message and the function of the song? So since the English translation is already given with you, so it is much easier for you to understand this kind of song. Second, you are going to describe the song using its musical elements. So let us start with the timbre. So in here, you are just going to select or choose one of the selection which is under the timbre or inside, or the words which is inside on the parentheses. So, let's say for example, what would be the timbre of that particular song? Is it heavy, warm, bright, light, mellow, rounded, or harsh? What about the dynamics? Is it soft, average, or loud? The tempo, slow? Is it moderate or fast? What about the texture? Is it monophonic, homophonic, polyphonic? And what about the form? Is it unitary, binary, or ternary? You are just going to select your answer inside this parenthesis, and then please do write your answer on this space provided. And on the third, based on your answers, what can you conclude from the musical elements in the song in relation to the characteristics of Mindanao music? So that's how you're going to answer your music activity. Next, let's have in arts. The arts and crafts of Mindanao. Still, we are in Mindanao. Mindanao, it is the second largest and southernmost island in the Philippines. We've discussed it already a while ago, and it is referred to as the land of promise. Mindanao is the only geographical area of the Philippines with a significantly large Muslim presence. So meaning there are a lot of Muslims who are residing in Mindanao. The southernmost part of Mindanao, particularly the Maguindanao province, Lanao del Sur, Sulu, and Tawi-Tawi provinces, which is a part of Autonomous Region of Muslim Mindanao or ARM, are home to a sizable Muslim population. So they are the one who are Muslims. Now, so aside from the people who are Muslims, there are also called Lumads. Who are the Lumads? Those people are or who have maintained their indigenous beliefs and traditions instead of converting to Islam or to Christianity. Meaning, Lumads are not Muslims, they are not also Christians. Take note of that. So, some lumad groups in Mindanao are the Bagobos and the Tibulis. So, before Islam took hold on the Philippines, the early Filipinos worship the nature, and they believe that plants and inanimate objects are home to ancestor spirits. They also believe that the natural phenomena are caused by gods, and this indigenous belief is what we call as animism. So let us proceed now on the arts and crafts of Mindanao. The arts in Mindanao is referred to all the various forms of the crafts that have developed and accumulated in the island from the beginning of civilization in the country up to the present era. They reflect the range of artistic influences on the country's culture, including indigenous forms of the arts and how these influences have honed the country's arts. So, I will show you some of the representative arts and crafts that you may see in Mindanao. First one is an ukir. So as you can see on the right on the picture, this one is a geometric and flowing designs that is based on leaf and vine patterns. Most commonly, you can see it on your doors or even on your beds or even on your sofas. If it is wood or made up of wood. Next is the sari manok. This one is the rooster-like figure that carries a fish on its beak. Third is the torogan. This one is the ancestral house of the highest title holder in Mindanao. So, meaning the rich one or the rich people on their groups are the one who are residing on this kind of ancestral house or the torogan. Next, the fourth one is malong. I know that you are familiar with malong. This one is a highly priced tubular garment of Maranaos, and most especially the one who are using it are the girls. But even the boys, they are also using that kind of malong. And fifth, the tinalak, one of the finest hand-woven clothes which is made from the finest abaca fibers in Cotabato. So, malong is different from the tinalak. Alright, so let's have on your art activity. The direction is, with the picture which is shown at the right side, make an analyzation through the use of elements of arts, just like what we are doing on the first and second quarter. So, what can you say about the line on the picture that you will see? Is it a curved line or a straight line? What about the color? What kind of color do you see in the picture? What about the texture? Do you think it is just only flowy? Or is it rough or smooth? What about the shape? Is there a regular or irregular shapes? And what about the space? Is it a positive or a negative space? Next, activity is the one word to complete. And here, you are just going to fill in the blanks with the correct missing words. Then, just choose your answer inside the box. There are 10 items in here. This one is 1 to 4 and then continues the 5 to 10. It is only easy for you because we've discussed already some of it. So, next, let's move on. Physical activity and physical fitness assessments in PE. Physical activity is defined as any bodily movement produced by skeletal muscles that requires energy expenditure. It includes exercise as well as other activities which involve bodily movement and are done as part of playing, working, active transportation, house chores, and recreational activities. While physical fitness, it is a personal responsibility. Improvement of physical fitness can be accomplished by everyone. So some people achieve fitness through different physical activities like sports or dance, which demand a certain amount of inherent skills. Now, what about a folk dance? Are you familiar with folk dance? So let us know what a folk dance is. It refers to the dances created and performed collectively by the ordinary people. The term usually includes so-called ethnic dances such as those of the cultural community in the Cordillera, in Mindoro, Palawan, Sulu, and Mindanao, and the rural or lowland Christian dances among the groups like the Ilocano, Pangasinan, Tagalog, Pampango, Bicol, Cebuano, Ilonggo, and Waray. The Philippine folk dances, other than religious, ceremonial, and a few social, are performed with attention to detail and after meticulous rehearsal. So, if you are already familiar with the folk dances or if you are have an experience, let's say for example, you've joined or attend to an activities when you was in elementary, you've joined already on the Carinyosa or Tenikling or any school activities that regards with the folk dances. So, with that, this one is your activity. This one is a folk dancing questionnaire. Below is a survey questionnaire that reveals your personal information about folk dancing, if you are familiar with it, or if you have already an experience with it. You need to accomplish it by putting a check mark corresponding to your response in each item. Let's say for example, on the first statement, I enjoy watching folk dances. I enjoy watching folk dances. Did you watch already or do you watch already kind of this dance, a folk dances such as the tinikling or karinyosa? If it is yes, whether on the television or on school activity, then please put a check. If not, then please check no. Next is I am willing to learn folk dances. Are you willing to learn? Just put a check or no. And then so on and so forth. That is just only easy because it is only a folk dancing questionnaire for us to know if you are interested in learning the different folk dances that we have here in the Philippines. So, there is a scale which is provided for you below. It helps you to make a meaning of your response you have indicated in the survey questionnaire. So let's say for example, on this questionnaire, you have three checks. You have three checks on that questionnaire. And then this one are the relative interpretation. Let's say for example, 1 to 3 checks means you are not so interested in folk dancing activities. But if you have a summation or a sum of 4 to 6 yes responses, then meaning you are slightly interested in folk dancing activities. But if you have 7 to 10 or almost complete checks on yes, then meaning you are very interested in folk dancing activities. And last, you are going to write your answer here on this particular question, wherein based on your interpretation of responses to the survey questionnaire, what does this reveal about your interest in folk dancing? So let's say for example, you got 7 to 10, then you will write here very interested in folk dancing activities. And why do you think so? That is the relative interpretation. Why do you think so you are very interested in folk dances? Are you already a folk dance? Are you already a folk dancer before when you was in elementary? Or you really love dancing? Or whatever. So, that's it. Next, let's have in health, the mental and emotional health. Mental and emotional health is an important component of a person's well-being. It deals with how a person balances his or her thoughts and feelings to be able to make good decisions for himself or herself. It is greatly affected by the person's way of life, external influences, and other situations that occur at any time. So, what are the factors that affect a good mental health of a person? Of course, first one is your physical. Next is emotional, mental, social, moral, spiritual, and environmental. So those are the things that can affect your good mental health. So for your activity, activity 1 in health, you as a student, you are going to analyze the pictures below. Health, we all know that a health has 6 dimensions. We've discussed it already on the first quarter, which contribute to the total well-being of a person. So, what are these dimensions? Choose your answer from the box below. So, as easy as that, you are just going to analyze the pictures. Let's say, for example, on the first picture, you will see the different emojis. There is a happy mood or happy emoji, a sad emoji, an angry emoji, and whatever. So you're just going to choose on the box what would be the answer on it. Do you think is it physical? Is it a moral, spiritual, or emotional? So just choose among it. Then on the next picture, you will see a person who looks like relaxing. So what do you think is the dimension of health? Is it third is a hand of a person which is holding a plant or a tree. What does it mean? Fourth, it represents a brain. Fifth, a ball, which means sports. And for the sixth, it is just looks like a person who are interacting to each other. So, as what I've said, you are just going to choose your answer from the box below. So, for the activity number 2, it is doodle it. The direction is you will going to describe your mental and emotional health using a bond paper or on your notebook. Draw pictures or write words and phrases that answer the question, what are you thinking and feeling right now? I repeat, you are going to draw or write words or phrases that answer the question, what are you thinking and feeling right now? So let's say, for example, you are happy. You can draw a person who likes you. You are going to draw a person who is smiling. Or if you are sad, then you can draw a sad face or whatever. Or if you can draw a good drawings that represents you, then much better. Or if you don't know how to draw, then simply you can just write the words, what are you feeling right now? All right? So after doing the doodle it, you are going to answer the following guided questions. First one, what are the things you think and feel affects your everyday life? Second, how does your body respond to the things you think and feel? And third, during this time of pandemic, what are your practices that contribute in developing your mental health? So, that would be your activities in health. And with that, thank you for listening. Please do not forget to hit the like and subscribe on my channel. Thank you.